Eleanor, drawn by the stark beauty of the house, stepped inside. It was a place stripped bare, all white walls and polished concrete. Empty, except for a few carefully chosen pieces of furniture. Each one stood alone, like sculptures in a gallery. Silence hung heavy in the air, broken only by the click of her heels. The emptiness was unsettling. It was as if the house itself was holding its breath, waiting. Eleanor shivered, though the day was warm. She walked further in, her footsteps echoing in the vast space. Each echo seemed to linger, a whisper in the stillness. Days turned into weeks. Eleanor found herself increasingly disturbed by the house. Shadows seemed to move in the corners of her eyes. A sense of being watched pricked at her skin. Objects shifted positions subtly. A book left on a table was found on the floor. A door left ajar was closed tight. One night she woke with a start. There was a coldness in the room, a prickling sensation on her skin, a presence. She sat up in bed, her heart pounding. The minimalist design of the room, once comforting, now felt oppressive. The blank walls seemed to press in on her. Fear became a constant companion. The silence of the house was no longer peaceful, but heavy with unseen menace. Footsteps followed her, though she was alone. Whispers brushed against her ears, just out of reach of understanding. The lack of clutter, the bareness of the walls, amplified every sound, every shadow. Eleanor's reflection in the polished floors seemed to mock her fear. Was she imagining it all? The house played tricks on her senses, reflecting her anxieties back at her. Yet deep down she knew something was wrong. This house, this emptiness, it was haunted. Driven to the edge, Eleanor finally confronted the unseen terror. "Show yourself!" she screamed into the echoing emptiness. The house held its breath. Then, slowly, a shape began to form in the space before her. Not the wispy figure of her imagination, but something far more terrifying. It was her own reflection, but twisted, malevolent. Her eyes, wide with terror, stared back at her. The fear, the paranoia, the unease. It wasn't the house. It was her. She was the ghost in this minimalist shell, her own terror haunting the emptiness she had created.